Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurfa Shaira Sriga and I want to talk about peripheral T-cell tolerance. Before the mechanism in peripheral tolerance happens, the autoreactive T-cell from central lymphoid organ are removed during early stage of development of central T-cell tolerance. When self-reactive T-cell escape from central tolerance, then enter peripheral lymphoid, and it is the responsibility of peripheral tolerance to ensure that autoreactive T-cells do not attack self-tissue. To comprehend the mechanism of peripheral tolerance, we must first understand the concept of dendritic cell maturation and T-cell activation. When there is an infection or injury in our body, a danger signal is generated. These danger signals are then recognized by pattern recognition receptors on innate cells, induce the maturation of these cells to release more cytokines. The cytokines released by innate cells induce the maturation of these immature dendritic cells. Dendritic cells are now expressing co-stimulatory molecule on their surface. Dendritic cells have their own pattern recognition receptor. This receptor of dendritic cells can directly bind to the danger signal, resulting dendritic cell activation. Once activated, dendritic cell will collect antigen from the site of infection, process it, and display it on their surface as peptide antigen MHC complexes. Following that, they migrate to the nearest secondary lymphoid tissue, such as lymph node, and present these antigen-naive T cells. Three signals are required for complete activation of the naive T cells. First, the MHC molecule is recognized. Second, co-stimulation occurs when the co-stimulatory molecule B7 on the dendritic cell is recognized and bound by the co-stimulatory receptor CD28 on the T cell. Cytokines are released by the T cell, which result in the T cell activation. All of these events occur when there is an infection or injury. But what happens when autoreactive T cell recognize self-antigen? Peripheral clonal deletion, energy, immune deviation, immune privilege, immunosuppressive cytokines, and regulatory T cell are the main mechanism of peripheral tolerance. Among these mechanisms, the first two will prevent autoreactive T cell from activating. If autoreactive T cells are activated, the remaining mechanisms are in charge of controlling the immune response. When there is no infection or injury, these self-antigen are taken up by dendritic cell. Dendritic cell process them and display them on their surface as MHC peptide complexes. Dendritic cells do not express co-stimulatory molecules or only express low level of MHC or co-stimulatory in the absence of a danger signal. Autoreactive T cell will receive the first signal for activation, but the second signal for stimulation will absent. Autoreactive lymphocytes are eliminated through programmed cell death or apoptosis. Energy is the process of T cell enabled to differentiate into effector cell, and the lymphocyte remain inactive even when in contact with its specific antigen. The absence of signal for complete T cell activation is the cause of T cell anergy. Clonal deletion and anergy prevent autoreactive lymphocyte activation, which can lead to autoimmune disease. When autoreactive T lymphocytes get activated, peripheral tolerance uses other control mechanisms. Immune deviations refers to the phenomenon in which a potential harmful immune response is converted to a less harmful immune response. Immune privilege refers to the fact that there are certain anatomical regions that are less subject to immune response. Certain cytokines such as interleukin-10 and transforming growth factor beta have immune suppressive effect. Regulatory T cells have ability to control the response of activated T cells.